What's up, New Mexico? My name is Michael Rodriguez. Welcome to another episode of Polyblock. As promised, I did film an episode of Polyblock directly from the Roundhouse. However, when I did the playback, the audio just didn't come out very well, so I will touch on a few things that I wanted to speak about that day, and I also posted a video of all the great footage that I took of the Roundhouse. The first thing that I touched on was for the 10th year running, New Mexico legislators failed to pass a bill that would create an independent ethics commission. Though there was a lot of uproar caused by the recent scandal of Diana Duran, this bill was still expected to be dead on arrival. So what do you think, New Mexico? Do you think it's time that we create an independent ethics commission to keep our elected officials accountable? Let me know what you think in your comment section down below. The next thing that I did want to touch on was the speculation that the governor would be calling New Mexico legislators in for a special session. Legislators might take a much harder look at imposing a gas tax to create more revenue. And we did speak about a tax on food, but this would be expected to come up for debate in a special session. And a tax of this sort would expect to face a lot of opposition. So what's the answer here, New Mexico? What do you think? I do hear a lot of people saying, oh, they need to legalize weed. And to be honest, I'm kind of starting to agree with them. It's the only way that they can bring in revenue at this point because it's not coming from anywhere else. I do think for a state that's already last or next to last in child poverty and employment, the state really needs to look into doing something to help out our citizens. So let me know what you think in your comment section down below. I want ideas. I want ideas by the many and not by the few. And few is what we are getting from our government leaders. So I think that's a perfect segue into our ABQ Minute. And our feature story of the day is going to be the Cheesecake Factory. Not because they're a sponsor, because they're definitely not. Not because it's going to be great food, but because 10,000 people applied for 290 jobs they were filling. 10,000 people. That is literally more than half of the Wise Pies Arena, aka the Pit. Also, did you hear about any of this in the media? Because I've kind of noticed that anything that has to do with a bleak economic outlook has been kind of carefully swept under the rug. And though some news outlets are reporting this, they are spinning this to be a very positive thing. And I think from those kind of staggering numbers, you can understand it is not a positive thing. I think these kind of staggering numbers, which Cheesecake Factory is actually reporting to be very close to their actual franchise record, show exactly how Albuquerque's economy is doing right now. As I mentioned in the earlier segment, the state is already either next to last or last in employment, and this kind of showing does prove that unemployed people do want to work. So how do we bring jobs to Albuquerque? Do we build a $119 million bus system that only covers Central? I really don't think that's the answer. So I think I'll end the video there today, New Mexico, because I'm already starting to get upset, and I think you should be too. What are we going to do to change this? And it falls on you. You have to hold your elected officials accountable, and there is no better time to do that than election season.